ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream Saturday. And it's been an interesting one for me today because about 4 hours ago, everything stopped working. My computer froze 3 times in a row, and then I updated to a new operating system to hope that that would work, and then it shut itself down 3 times and restarted twice just to a black screen. So that was an absolute nightmare. And yeah, eventually it did start up again. And this is really the first test that I've done of it to see if it is going to freeze again or whether it's not going to freeze. And just moving the mouse, it is still moving, which is fine. So we're going to have to see how we get on tonight with the live stream. And here's another thing. I mean, so many things are going wrong, but since the update now, with the Safari browser that I use for these live streams, because it's compatible, obviously it's a Mac that I'm using, so that's the most compatible browser that I can use to have all of my screens. And I say that I have 9 of them. I mean Windows, I'm using a Mac, but Windows of Safari. So for example, I've got like all the buttons that I press for the live stream to get the videos. I've then got my software that runs. I've then got a page that shows me the YouTube comment section, and then I've got the feed from the live stream. I also need 2 other ones open for the Fil Jam if we have that later on. But since the update now, I mean, first of all, the YouTube feed, when I clicked on it, it took about 10 seconds to register what I'd clicked. So then I thought, well, what's going on here? And this is the Safari browser that isn't working. So I then typed something and it didn't appear. And then literally I typed something in Google in another window and the cursor moved, but there were no letters. So I was typing in PayPal because I wanted to log into that because of all the PayPal problems that we've been having recently. Another thing is that I know why this has happened, because trying to sort out the PayPal thing, obviously the world has said he's not having enough problems at the moment, so let's just literally stop his computer from working. So yeah, I've been trying to sort that out, so we're going to see how the live stream goes tonight. We seem to be working at the moment, which is great. But yeah, so typing into one window, it literally didn't show me what I was typing, but I knew that I spelt PayPal correctly, pressed enter, and then it loaded up the Google results. So yeah, that's really weird. So I've had to open up a Chrome window to at least be able to see the live chat room in real time. So like I said, we're going to have to see what happens. And if my screen freezes, it might be the case that I'm still going out live, but I can't click on anything. And that's actually what happened before. YouTube, because I was trying to plan videos and, just looking at some of the requests that have come in. So I was watching a YouTube video and everything froze apart from the video. So it's really weird. You couldn't do anything. I couldn't even do what's called, on a PC, you do Control-Alt-Delete to get Task Manager to do a force quit. You couldn't even do that. Nothing was... couldn't move the mouse, nothing on the keyboard was working, it wouldn't register anything apart from the YouTube video kept on playing, and once it got to the end of the video, then everything stopped. So obviously then I had to go through the whole point of trying to see what was going on. So yeah, it seems that since the update, there's now real issues with my browser that I use for all of the windows that I'm looking at. So that's something else I'll have to figure out. And as for the PayPal thing, because obviously I've got to try and now fix my computer and make sure everything works, I haven't sorted out the PayPal thing. But interestingly, I was looking into the inbox of the PayPal emails, and in there, I know that Tammy's used to not show up, but there is one in my PayPal folder in my inbox rather than logging into PayPal. So I don't know whether it's rectified itself or not. I suppose we're going to find out, and maybe you guys can let me know. Yeah, if you have done a donation, I don't read it out, then maybe it's still a problem. But I'm hoping that maybe that's rectified itself. Certainly would mean that I can then just focus on getting my computer to work properly. So yes, I'm assuming that you can hear me and you can see me. I'm just going to click on these things as I normally do and hope that things appear on screen. because I'm still using the Safari browser for all of my buttons that I do for the software, which is the other thing. When I started up my software, it said sign up now, or use the trial for 17 days. But I pay for the software every month, and I've been charged for it this month. So even the software that I use, every single live stream started to throw a wobbly saying that I didn't have a paid account. So yeah, it literally seems like anything that could be going wrong. Yeah, good. Oh, and here's another thing. When I was logging into Patreon, the Patreon messages have now changed. They've obviously updated that since this afternoon, so that now it doesn't show the message. You've got to click on the username to find their message. So, because I was trying to find, the list to try and get things planned for tonight, and then I know that I'm going to have to find Joe's list for the Fil Jams. So that's another thing that's obviously changed this afternoon, or maybe late last night, that they've changed the way the messages work. So, yeah. Oh, and another thing. So, when they say when it rains, it pours, over on Patreon, I got notified for comments that were made on a post that were nothing to do with me. It said, this person and this person have interacted with your post, or they've liked your post. And I clicked on the post, and it's nothing to do with me. I didn't post it. It's somebody else that's done it. So I contacted Patreon and said, you've let me know that these people have liked a post that I didn't make. Somebody else made it on their Patreon page. So there's currently a guy looking into that to try and figure out why I've been notified about somebody else's post on Patreon that I didn't even make. So, wow, yeah, everything is... The stars must be aligned for Gremlins to be out over the last few days. So, I think those are all of the Gremlins for the moment. We might get some more tonight. But, yes, I mean, it's literally 4 or 5 things that have just totally come out of nowhere. But, obviously, my computer not working, that's quite a big one. Because it means that if I can't do the live streams, then I can't do the analysis videos, and I literally can't do anything. So fingers crossed it is going to work, and that the whole Safari thing not working, I don't know what, I don't know how I would even fix that. If it's something to do with the update, and this is something that usually happens when you update your software, things now stop working. But I should be thankful for small mercies. We have sound. We might have guitar later on if I plug that in, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, big shout out to my patrons at the bottom of the screen for making this all possible in the first place. Karen says, I just clicked on the PayPal link. It seems to be working. And don't say the G word, Phil. So, yeah, the Gremlins. So, thank you for that. Oh, Pam K36 says, hackers, question mark. So, I mean, hopefully not, because it's a Mac. It seems to be, or at least I know that Macs generally are pretty secure. But, yeah, I don't know why. Because it's literally just before starting the live stream and I was trying to sort out everything else. This browser thing that isn't working, it literally, I was just trying to type in before going live. So I only had kind of 3 minutes to realise it wasn't working. Therefore had to get the Chrome browser going as a replacement. And I know in the past that lots of Chrome browsers then clash with my software, and then my software can't capture properly. So hopefully that's been rectified by the company. But if not, then yeah, we'll be up against it again. But I'm just going to see how tonight goes. Seems to be all right so far, fingers crossed. So we'll keep on pushing forward as we normally do. And let me see if I can get some things up on screen. Okay, the donations tab has appeared, which is good. And yeah, mentioning about donations, you don't have to donate. I was just referencing something that's happening on PayPal. But for those of you that can't resist donating, then between 45 and 60% goes to YouTube through the Super Chat window, and between 3 and 5% go to PayPal through the PayPal link, and you can find that in the description below. But just tuning in is great. Introducing yourself, all that kind of stuff. If you are in the live chat room, just say hello, and yeah, we get to know each other's usernames and just get to know each other generally. But this is another thing. Probably no picture corner tonight because obviously restarting my computer, and now the browser's not working. It meant that trying to get into Facebook was a non-starter, because I was just trying to make sure I could go live to actually have a live stream in the first place, because there'd be no point having the pictures and then not being able to live stream. So I'll probably do that in the next live stream for Picture Corner, so yeah, look out for those. But anyway, getting back to tonight's screen, we have the likes goal, which is up on screen, thankfully, of 365. So even though it's a bit of an experimental stream, we will aim for that and see how we get on. If you can hit that thumbs up, that would be much appreciated as you come through the door, in order to get ourselves closer to the target for tonight. And the reason that I smile a little bit is because I'm going to try and set up this screen capture to see how many likes we are at. Currently 196, 198, getting close to the 200 mark. So we just need a couple more people to hit the thumbs up, and then we will be needing 165 more likes, but 167, but then it's just moved up to a number that's going to be 162 that we're looking for now. No, not 162, that's going to be 100 and... Oh yeah, maybe. Oh, it's moving too quickly, but I'm going to stick with what I said. So whatever the numbers were, 208 at the moment, 214. So thank you guys for spiking those likes. Let's have a quick plug of the mug. And while I do that, Paul, I can see donated $2 in the super chat window. So thank you for that, Paul. And the message was, catch up crew for me. Spike those likes, all y'all. Great idea. And if you want to get your hands on this, let's see how they get on. And there we have it. That's just one of the mugs. There is another mug that does say spike the likes on it, and that's the official Livestream Tuesday mug, but this being a Saturday, it wouldn't be official if I showed that one. So if you want to get your hands on any of the merchandise, the hoodies, t-shirts, caps, bucket hats, mugs, tumblers, lots of stuff out there. You can click on the link in the description below. That'll take you through to the spring.com store, or you might have the tray underneath this video, which is going to be a lot easier. Just click on that and it will take you straight through to the store. Right. Now we do have a vote again. This was a bit of a nightmare to set up, but we do have a vote for tonight's cover video, and it's between Don't Slow Down and Just Got Lucky. So we've got a Mr. Dokken, what's it called? Competition or shootout, whatever you want to call it. Make sure that you click on either of those songs, whichever one you want to hear. It's going to be my version of that particular song. And I can see that Don't Slow Down is in the lead at the moment. So we could be having a bit of a Mr. evening for the cover video. Now, I'm not sure whether I should rely on PayPal for the donations because it's been a little bit unreliable in the past, but I'll try it anyway, and then maybe cross-reference the donations with my PayPal account while the cover video is playing. It's going to be complicated, but I might try and do it. So anyway, there was a donation from Lynn that came through on Thursday at 3:03, and I'm not sure whether I address this one or not, because this is the other thing, that once somebody's donated, sometimes it takes a day or two to then show up. So I'm not sure whether I addressed this donation before, but thank you, Lynn, for that donation of £58.72. And the message was, hope you can see this one, Phil. So thank you for that. And it does ring a bell, the donation and the message, but thank you again, if I didn't mention that one before. And then we had a donation from Amy for £5. So thank you for that, Amy. And that was a straight up donation. And then we had a donation from Gail for £29.96. So thank you for that. And this one has a message with it, but this is a message from PayPal about being able to send items and transaction details and things. But I did get that donation from Gail, so thank you for that. And there is another one that's come through from Nicole for £12.79. So thank you for that, Nicole. And this one does have a message. It says, "Hello, Phil. You have a very busy life, I think. Take some moment of relaxation to disconnect sometimes. For your good health, take care, Phil. Kiss and rock." So thank you for that, Nicole. And I guess this is a problem with what I do, that if I do want to have some time off, if my computer goes wrong, I've got to spend however many hours it is rectifying it. And I mean, this really goes to show that the reason that I was using my computer was to get myself organized for analysis videos and watching them, and then maybe, you know, doing a little bit of preparation for it, because on Saturdays I have a bit more time to do that because I obviously live stream in the evening, so it means that I can usually get into that during the day for future videos and do all the not all of the research, but at least make a head start on what I'm going to be doing when I am organized. But of course, when the computer freezes and then shuts down and then won't work again, I've now got to spend those 3 or 4 hours trying to figure out what's going wrong with the computer. So yeah, as for having time off, you know, sometimes it's just literally not possible because I need to make sure the computer works, because this is effectively my livelihood. If I can't talk to you guys, if you can't talk to me, I would disappear from the internet. No more videos, no more Patreon, no more anything, because I can't do anything. So yeah, unfortunately, it's just the nature of the beast that I've got to spend time trying to fix things when they do go wrong. But thank you for that, Nicole. Roseanne has donated £5 as well, so thank you for that, Roseanne. And the message is, "Hi Phil, who has the higher falsetto, Barry Gibb or Frankie Valli? Thanks." So thank you for that, Roseanne. And I mean, it is difficult, but I have heard Barry Gibb's head voice. It's like a reinforced falsetto, really. So it's not like a true falsetto, just having loads of air in the sound. But I mean, I think it's a similar thing that Frankie Valli does. He kind of reinforces his falsetto, so it sounds really clean. It doesn't have that airy sound to it, but I do have analysis videos on both Barry and Frankie. As for who can hit the highest note, I would say it's pretty much even, because I have heard Barry hit notes that are way higher than the notes that he'd hit with the Bee Gees, with some of their biggest hits. He never really went super high, and I'm talking about maybe G5, around that, maybe even an A5. It doesn't really go that high usually. It's normally to around D5 or E5 tops. But I have heard Barry go higher than that. He was asked in an interview, how high can you sing? Or how high can you take that sound? And he took it, kind of way up there to like a G5 or an A5. Same thing with Frankie Valli. Frankie's voice, again, it is going kind of way up there, top end of the male tenor range into countertenor range. But is never kind of super high. But I'm sure that, yeah, Frankie can hit those notes up there as well, because it's just something that some singers can do with their voice. And Frankie and Barry are great examples of that, because Barry said that he didn't even know that he could do that until he tried to do it and then realised he could do it. And, with Frankie, I saw him Frankie is a friend of the channel, and as you guys who've been watching for a while will know, that he invited me down to go and watch him at the Royal Albert Hall, which is great. But yeah, it's something that when I saw him interviewed, Frankie said that he can just do it, because they asked him, how do you do that with your voice? How do you get your voice to hit those high notes? And he's literally said, I don't know. He said, I can just do it. So yeah, for all the vocal training in the world, it's so difficult to learn to do something when the person that can do it doesn't know how they can do it. I did relate this to some people can just do things, like whether it be with their voice, or I said with my arm that it bends the wrong way. I don't know why I can do it, but I can do it. And sometimes with somebody's voice, they can just sing high notes and get their voice to get a particular coordination that happens automatically, and they're not focusing on their diaphragm or getting airflow and trying to place it in a particular point of resonance in their head and all this kind of stuff. They just do it, which would be great if I could just hit high notes not thinking about it. But yeah, I have to try and practice a lot. So I mean, a true falsetto I can't even do, so it's not something that my voice can do, or that a register that I can even access with any element of control to it. So yeah, my voice doesn't do that. Other people's voices do that. And as for trying to do it, it's something that I haven't been able to do yet. And I've watched a hell of a lot of instructional videos from a hell of a lot of vocal instructors and done a lot of courses, and it's no one has been able to unlock my falsetto. Not that I really need it for my style of singing, but yeah, if I'm ever doing a demonstration of a high note that is falsetto, I use my head voice and just put air in it. So it goes, ah, 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 like that. So that's my head voice with air. It's not falsetto. And this is the thing that a lot of people say, oh, and they say to me, oh, nice falsetto. And in my More Than Words cover video, under that, I get people saying, oh, love your falsetto. But I know that I can't do falsetto. I just make the sound of it. So, I mean, what I'm doing there going, ah, get that sound is like me going, ah, but going, ah. So that sound, ah, isn't falsetto. It's just putting air through your vocal cords with the note. So, yeah. Anyway, I mean, I wouldn't be able to do falsetto that low. Because falsetto kind of just stops and then kind of breaks down into chest voice. You can't connect it with chest voice. But anyway, thank you for that, Roseanne. I started talking a lot about that one. And here we go. This is Tammy's donation for £20. So thank you for that, Tammy. And it has come through in my emails. So it might just have been the fact, and I'm kind of assuming here for the future, but it might have been the fact that PayPal was just a little bit rubbish for a couple of weeks, and that now it's going to start notifying me for every single transaction or donation, which I have got it set to do. So I don't know why it's disappeared recently, but we'll have a look through. And again, if somebody does donate and I don't see it or it doesn't come through, let me know in the live chat room, and yeah, then I'll be able to figure out whether it has been rectified or whether it's still going to be a problem. But thank you for this, Tammy. And the message is, hi Phil, what are some goals or dreams you still have for your music career? So thank you for that, Tammy. And my goal / dream it wasn't a very big dream, really. Well, it probably was. Most musicians would say if they can do it full time, then that's all they want to do. And that's what my goal was. Just to not have to, teach guitar all the time and, have people actually buy my album and people download my music and make money that way. So, yeah, that was my goal. And I'm not one of these people that is necessarily that bothered about being really famous or, doing world tours and playing in front of, hundreds of thousands of people. I mean, it would be nice, but it doesn't define who I am or what I do. So, yeah, I think also my age is part of that, because I feel like now that, I've passed the 40 barrier, a lot of the goals and things that you have when you're young are like when you're 19, 20, 21, 22, maybe in your early 20s. And say, for example, I started playing guitar when I was 11. So it meant that I've been playing guitar for a hell of a long time. And then I was in, bands when I was 19, and then had my first kind of proper original band when we're 22 or 23. And that was Panic Attack. So from 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, and then tried to, then started Wings of Pegasus, 29, 30, 31. 30. So it's a hell of a lot of years that you're plugging away at it day in, day out. I mean, I was exactly the same before YouTube in terms of, working every day and trying to, make it or just do it full time. So, yeah, I had a hell of a lot of years, because some people, when they've been working at it for 5 or 10 years, they say, oh, I spent my whole life working for this. But I mean, things didn't start to take off for me until maybe 5 years ago, something like that. So that would have been 15 years since, or 16 years since my first band. But then if I'm saying about when I first started playing guitar, that's almost 30 years of playing one of these things on the wall, until you get to a point where you're starting to realize, oh, I might be able to actually do it full time. So yeah, that was my goal, and that's something that I've achieved. Obviously, I'm not going to turn down good opportunities, but as I've said, and you guys will know from my Fil tunes, that the opportunities have to be real opportunities where it's not something that's going to be a total waste of my time and an absolute embarrassment. When a gig is put on and it's absolutely ridiculous and just hasn't been planned very well, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, anything that I do in the future will probably have to be organised by me in some way, shape or form, so that I know it's going to be a decent event rather than relying on other people to do it. So yeah, that's my outlook for the future. I'm not going to turn down, obviously good opportunities, but by the same token, I don't feel like now that I need to do it, that I need to get out there more, because everything at the moment, there's too much happening for me to keep up with everything. And I mentioned to you guys on Patreon about all of the sponsorship emails that come through, and just trying to answer all of those, because I get loads that are totally irrelevant to what I do on the channel. But I think what they do is just send out a bulk email to loads of creators, and I think they're sending me the same email that they're sending to people who might have 5 or 10,000 subscribers. So their pitch to me just sounds ridiculous, because obviously when you're approaching a channel that might have that many subscribers, when you then say, oh, and in return for you featuring us, we'll do a post on our Instagram channel or our Twitter where we've got 20,000 followers, and they're selling that to me. So yeah, I think it's just a bulk email that gets sent out. But yeah, and I keep on getting emails. The thing that does annoy me is when I reply to every email and they don't check the replies. This must be the either third or fourth time I've replied to this one particular sponsor, this company, who they always say, hi, and then it's like Wings of Pegasus in a different font. Love your channel, love your videos. We want to work with you and collaborate with our products, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not answering them anymore, because I've done it 3 times now, saying, you've contacted me 3 times, and every time I've said, thanks, but it's not relevant to my channel, your products. So anyway, yeah, so just keeping up with things at the moment. I wanted to do it full time. It is definitely full time. It's more than a 9 to 5. And this is the thing about this kind of thing. You've got to accept that, yeah, if you do it full time, you're literally going to be doing it 24/7, 365. So anyway, thank you for that, Tammy. And we've had another donation that's come through from Debbie for £10. So thank you for that, Debbie. And the message is, hi, Phil. I really enjoyed the Aaron Neville and Linda Ronstadt analysis. Thank you for explaining Aaron's unique vocal sound. You are amazing. Love you, Debbie. So thank you for that. And yeah, that was a video that went on for a little bit longer than I anticipated, because we had Aaron's voice, we had Linda's voice that I know we've looked at before in detail, but it's totally different when you get 2 singers together and having that duet and blending their voices. But then we had a really good guitar solo, so I can't really help but get the guitar out when there's a really cool solo, so hence why that went on for almost half an hour. So make sure you check out that analysis video. You might have to watch it in different sittings, maybe 10 minutes at a time, but yeah, that was an interesting one because of Aaron's voice and the fact that it's a weird one because it sounds high but it's not actually high. So yeah, that was a really cool one to take a look at. So anyway, thank you for that, Debbie. And Steve has donated £5 as well. Thank you for that, Steve. And the message is, can you apply your voice analysing software to movies? Do you think the stars are singing many of the songs? Are they heavily auto-tuned and tweaked? So thank you for that, Steve. And I mean, it's something that we've looked at briefly, maybe a couple of movies, maybe 2 or 3 on the channel. But yeah, with a lot of the movies nowadays, what will happen is they will try and get the actor to have voice lessons, vocal lessons, singing lessons in order to be able to sing. But when they do sing, it's then usually heavily pitch corrected. It used to be auto-tuned, but I think, yeah, the preference now is to go for pitch correction rather than auto-tune because it's more subtle. But yeah, they take the voice, they pitch correct it, usually quite heavily, so it sounds very processed, and then they put it on the movie. And the reason that they do that is because then when the person is interviewed about their voice, and it's almost like they say, oh yeah, it is me singing, and it means that they now get credibility for having done the vocal. But what they don't say is it was me singing, but it has been pitch corrected. So more often than not, the singer who didn't sing initially still can't really hit pitches, but their voice has been pitch corrected so that it's been moved to all the right notes. And like I've said before, hitting pitches accurately is a huge part of singing, and a part of singing that takes sometimes years to perfect. So if you can get someone who hits roughly close to the note, but it doesn't really matter, then you can just do it all in a post-production and change their voice and pitch correct it. The only problem is, yeah, it'll sound mechanical and a bit fake. So that's the reason that they do it. But I think what I'd prefer is what they used to do back in the day, which was hire a vocalist, a great vocalist, and sometimes, yeah, classically trained vocalists, especially with songs that were a bit more demanding in, musicals, but they would get a real singer who does it full time, that is their job, to come in and sing the song, and they'd overdub it, for the actor, so that the actor isn't actually singing it, it's the voice of a professional, because then you get all of the expression in the voice kind of left in there rather than pitch correcting all of that out of the voice. So yeah, I would rather that they went back to doing that and not even pitch correcting the professional's voice, just leave it as it is, because obviously they have to find a voice that sits with the same kind of tone as the actor's voice when they're talking. But that's what casting's all about, and getting the voice to sound believable as the actor's voice, as if they were to then start singing. So that's what I would prefer the movies to do. But it seems like claiming it's the actor's voice is something that they kind of want to get points for, and they say, oh yeah, and our actor sings, and then you go, yeah, I know, I can hear it sounds awfully pitch corrected, yeah, but it's their voice. And then we go back to that old argument of, but is it their voice? Because if it's not the result of their voice, they've made a noise and then it's been pitch corrected, it's been moved to pitch. So does that count? Can you call that singing? I could, for example, go, and I could make that noise I just made into any notes that I wanted to. Does that mean that was me singing? So yeah, that's the difference, and that's the, difference in distinguishing a voice, because people think, well, you have to be able to get your voice to hit the notes, but do you? At the moment with pitch correction you don't. So yeah, the actor can just make a noise that can be pitch corrected, and then they can say that they're singing. So yeah, I just would prefer, just for every single reason, the expression, hearing a great voice, and employing actual singers to do it, because singers have trained their voices. That's why they sound great. So employ singers who have perfected their voice to sing. It's hiring a professional to do the job that they've trained for. For some reason that's not a normal thing nowadays. But I say, yeah, go back to doing that, please. Right. Barbara has donated £10 as well. Thank you for this, Barbara. And the message is, hi Phil, referencing your OS upgrade, did you update to Ventura? If so, you are brave to do so when it's only been out a little while. I usually wait. If you keep having problems, try some of the Mac forums. They can be very helpful. So thank you for that. And no, I didn't make the jump to the next operating system. I just updated, I think it's Monterey that I'm on at the moment, so I just updated to a newer version of that, so I didn't totally go for the next operating system. So I don't know in fact where that is. All I know is that with Monterey it means that my UX2 software still works, and that's something that I use for the microphone and hearing everything. So the drivers for that still work with Monterey. I think if I update it to anything more recent, then the drivers are the first things that fail, and I need my sound to work, obviously. So thank you for that, Barbara. And Elaine has donated £11.78. Let me just say that it seems like on PayPal we are getting more emails through, and I am getting notified about these coming through. So fingers crossed that it has figured itself out. So Elaine has donated £11.78, and thank you for that. The message is, let's see how PayPal and the tip jar gets on. So yes, we did see that one, which is great. And we have another one that's come through from Ghislaine for £11.47. So thank you for that, Ghislaine. The message is, Phil, thank you for being here. You are keeping me sane. I thought that I thank you for that much. Love for you, dear Wings of Pegasus. So thank you for that, Ghislaine. And I can see that another one has come through, and this is from Karen. And Karen said that her donation went through and it seemed to be working, so it has come through in my notifications as well. So thank you for this donation of £3.14. And the message is, hi Phil, to cheer you a bit from your computer hassles, here's something from Mindful Talk. What is something that always makes you laugh? Thanks for all you do and for being you. Cheers, Karen. And what did I answer to this last time? I remember somebody asked me what makes me laugh, and I'm trying to think. I did remember something when I saw it, and I'll tell you what I saw that was quite funny relatively recently on Instagram. Not that I spend a lot of time on Instagram, but there were pictures that this guy, who's a really talented photo editor, artist type person thing, his son, I think it was, who was maybe only 2 or 3 years of age, he would draw like his version of animals, like the 2-year-old could do. So it was obviously a 2-year-old drawing this thing, and it would it would have like a giraffe, for example, with both of the eyes on one side of the face and then just kind of one mouth off to the side. You know how kids draw it and it doesn't really represent real life at all. But this guy then made the actual animal look like the picture that his son had drawn. And it's really impressive because it looked like an actual giraffe with 2 eyes on the side of its face. And you then saw the pictures side by side, and they were exactly the same. It's just that one was a kid's drawing and one was a real giraffe made to look like this. And like sometimes where the 2 legs come straight out of the body, which is something that kids love to draw, he'd done that. So the 2 legs just come out in totally ridiculous positions, but it looks hilarious. So yeah, I laughed a lot to that. And I mean, outtakes as well. That's maybe something that I mentioned last time, where you have like the blooper reel of movies and that stuff. I do like to watch those occasionally, because normally they're quite short, so it'll only be like a 3 or 4 minute video, but I can watch one of those, have a quick laugh, and then get back to work. So those are things that I generally laugh out, but laugh out loud at. But the one that I remembered recently were those pictures, and I can't remember what the channel was called, but it might have actually been somebody posting that on Instagram just from the page, and it wasn't at the actual page, but then I did go on the actual page to have a look at lots of other pictures. So anyway, thank you for that, Karen. And Marcos has donated £39.06. So thank you for that. I'm just seeing there's lots of information underneath it, but there's no message with that. So thank you for that, Marcos, for that donation. And Janice has donated £15.71. So thank you for that, Janice. And the message is, many happy returns on the day. So thank you for that. And I mean, that sounds like something that you'd say if it was my birthday, but it's not my birthday. But thank you for the many happy returns. Janice, that's something that we say here in the UK. I think usually on somebody's birthday, many happy returns. I think so. But anyway, thank you for that, Janice. And Joanne has donated £50. So thank you for that, Joanne. And that is a straight up donation as well. So thank you for that very kind donation. And it seems like that is now the donations through PayPal done, at least the ones that I've got notified for. So we will see if those were the donations that I got through on PayPal. If I've missed any, I'll have to cross-reference them with my system as it is at the moment. And this being experimental, not sure if the working of the live stream is going to be as it normally is. I don't want to mess around with things too much and log into PayPal and have that, then having to log me out and then logging in, especially because that's the Safari browser that the emails is happening in. And that went a little bit wrong before I started going live. So anyway, yes, thank you guys for the donations, and you don't have to donate, even though a lot of you can't resist. Thank you guys for that. Obviously, it makes a huge difference. But yeah, just watching, introducing yourself is great. Hitting the thumbs up, hitting that notification bell as well for the videos so that you do get notified for them, but the live streams as well. And quick shout out to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook, and all you guys who are over there, who are in the live chat room. As I always say, if you want to join in with the discussion between live streams, then you can join that Facebook group. Just type in Wings of Pegasus supporters group and click join, and you will be allowed in there. So yes, Bella says, I didn't know many happy returns was a birthday greeting in the UK. Cool to know. I think it is. At least it's something that I associate with that. So maybe it's just me thinking that it's something that it's not. But I seem to feel or remember that it's said on a birthday. I'm sure that somebody said it to me in the past. But anyway, I'll have to check that with some English people. Maybe there are some English people in the live chat room that can let me know if that is correct or not. But yes, anyway, we will be jumping into tonight's cover video. I can see that we are at 331 likes so far in that live chat room, and at the top of that, the likeometer is telling us that we are closing in on 365. So if you could hit that thumbs up if you haven't done that so far, that would be massively appreciated to get us to 365. It means we're looking for 34 more likes, maybe 33 more likes now. So we need 33 more people to hit that thumbs up. So Cathonia says, yes, I've heard many happy returns for birthdays. Okay, so it's not just me making stuff up and going a little bit crazy. So thank you for backing that up and letting me know. Right, so we will jump into tonight's cover video, and I can see that I think something just happened over on PayPal, and it was Karen that's jumped into the PayPal window with a £25 donation. So thank you for that, Karen. And that is a straight up donation as well, but I did get notified for it. So hopefully that's the silver lining of this whole computer issue thing, that PayPal is now for some reason working, even though I've done nothing to change it. Maybe it was just a PayPal issue for the last couple of weeks. Hopefully it was. Fingers crossed. So, yes. Getting into tonight's cover video. Let me click on this and click on that. It looks like, I think Don't Slow Down is going to be the winner for tonight, I'll wait for it to go through to be confirmed. Yes, it was Don't Slow Down with 56% of the vote. And I don't think we've heard this one in quite a while. We've had, I think, Broken Wings from Mr. Mister, but not Don't Slow Down. So we're going to be jumping into this one. And what was I going to try and do in the background when this was playing? I can't remember. Maybe it's a bad idea for me to try and do anything because everything seems to be working. And my mouse is still moving. The computer hasn't frozen. I'm just imagining it freezing as soon as I say this. So let's jump into the cover video for tonight. And I hope you guys enjoy it. If you can hit that thumbs up, that would be great. 25 more people we're now looking for to hit that thumbs up to have the Fil Jam at the end of the live stream. But I hope you guys enjoy this. This is my version of Don't Slow Down by Mr. Mister. Hope you guys enjoy it and I'll see you after. Rock! And there we have it. So it's always a bit of a game for me to try and stop the videos now without it then going into the other bit where I'm talking, because I can just talk at the end of the video during the live stream. So thank you guys for requesting that one over on Patreon, and for requesting the song that we started with tonight, which was We Can Fall Down, which is one of my songs. And if you want to check out any of my music, you can head over to wingsofpegasus.com/music. So we are going to be jumping into, we've got, 4 minutes to midnight here. So we've got technically 3 minutes exactly now. So 3 minutes to midnight here in the UK. So we might have a little bit of time for something before we jump into a Fil Jam, but we still need 12 people to hit the thumbs up in order to have the Fil Jam. So if you can hit that thumbs up, that would be massively appreciated. Then we'll bust the guitar out and see what the backing track is going to be for tonight. Whether it's going to work or not, who knows? But I have kept everything just as it was for the last 2 live streams. So we're going to be going through the amp behind me if we have a Fil Jam, because for some reason the balance just seems almost automatically good, whereas before, the guitar would be a bit loud, the backing track will be a bit loud, and vice versa, so it was a bit of a nightmare. So we'll keep going through the amp behind me, and looking for now 10 more people to get involved. So what we'll do is maybe have a riff of the week. I'm not sure whether this is going to be a good idea, because I'm going to have to rely on a Safari browser to load this up. So let me see if it is going to load. Oh, it's taking a little bit of time. We're going to give this a go. And if it's a disaster, then as long as the computer doesn't freeze, we'll bail on it if we can't see the riff of the week and get into the Fil Jam. We only need 4 more people, so we might have that as a backup. So we will see. Let me jump into the updated riff of the week that Laura has sent me, so thank you for that. And I need a number between 1 and 100. Regular viewers know the deal here and are sending me some numbers. Andre Dr. EAS has asked for number 3, and we haven't had number 3, so we've lucked out instantly. And riff of the week, I can see what I'm typing, which is a good start. 3. Ooh, yeah, this is the problem, because now it shows me all of the 30s. Right, oh, there it is. Click on that, stop that. Now, oh, hang on, it's going to play, and I wasn't even ready. So let me get the screen capture going, hopefully. Click on that. I could just play it and you might be able to hear it, but I think it's a bit better to have it on screen. So let me try and get what I need to do here. Get the background on screen and then click on this screen grab. Oh, there we go. That'll do. It's not in the middle of the screen, but that'll do. So, I'm looking for the name of this song. You can give me the name of the artist or band as well. So, just guess it in the live chat room. Name of the song. Let's have a listen, see what it is. And there we have it. So please guess that. Oh, look out. I think, and let me stop this. I think Kevin has literally got it as soon as it stopped. How is that even possible? Like, as soon as it stopped, or maybe just heard the first few notes and then got it. But Kevin said Crazy Nights, Kiss. So there you go. Kevin got it instantly. Oh, Barbara, to be fair, said Crazy Nights by Kiss as well. Just literally 2 comments after Kevin. So some quick guesses tonight. And let's have a look down. And Steve says Rainbow by Billy Juliana. So yes, close but not the one. And Karen said Crazy Nights. So yes, well done to you as well. Mark Francis says crazy, crazy nights, kiss. So yes, correct. And moving down, hang on, let me now get this off the screen because we don't need to see that anymore. And right, we are back. So yeah, I'm just looking down the comment section here, but I think we've pretty much got there, or at least got the gist of it. And Deborah says Kevin is a Kiss fan for sure. So there we go. And Kevin also says it was that or Freebird. So yeah, Freebird, Rainbow, either or, but it was definitely Kiss for tonight. Crazy nights. So yeah, thank you guys for playing Riff of the Week tonight. Congratulations to those of you that got it, and Kevin got it very quickly. So we are going to be having a Fil Jam. Oh, almost said Riff of the Week. We just had that. So we're going to be having a Fil Jam because we are now at 370 likes. So thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up. And if you're watching this in the future on catch up, you can do that. It still really does help the channel to get out there and for the channel to grow. And yeah, for more people to get notified for more videos and all that kind of stuff. So if you could hit that thumbs up, that would be great, regardless of when you're watching this. So we are now going to be attempting to play some guitar. Oh, now, having said that, I am grabbing for the gem. That's the guitar plugged in. And earlier, I think my guitar's going a little bit out of tune because of it's now getting cold here in the UK, which means that, yeah, the wood obviously contracts and strings don't like to keep their tuning. But this one is locked in tune, even though it did drift out a little bit. So hopefully it will stay in tune. Yeah, it's close-ish. So, right, where are we? Number 49. Let's get on this and try and figure out this Patreon thing because they've changed their messages and the way that it works. Right. Number 49 is 9 minutes and 24 seconds. So it's a long one. What's the time? Oh, it's 3 minutes past midnight, so we can just about get away with it, maybe. Right. Oh, let me mute that. Play through this advert. Skip the advert. And okay. Right, let's get through the technical stuff. This is from Fil Jam Tracks. That's all one word. Oh, let's go wide. Yeah, wide with the angle, which is zooming out. There. So I have to try and figure out the right way to do it. Last time, as you guys know, I zoomed in, which doesn't help anybody. So, yes, well, that's going to mute strings for a start. Take that off. Yeah, so Fil Jam Tracks, all one word, capital Q, capital J, A-M, capital T, R-A-C-K-S. And this is E, Phrygian dominant backing track, the Dark Oriental. So, let's have a look at... Okay. Just checking that I actually had sound there. And let me unmute it and we'll see what happens. Just before we jump into it, for those of you who don't know what Phrygian is, it's a mode and just like a scale. And some people call it the Egyptian scale. So it has a very particular sound to it, but we don't worry about all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, it will have a unique sound to it. Oh, looks like we've got a lot of chords going on here, people. And again, it's too small to see on my screen, but I can see it all moving around. Okay, we're changing. Can you guys hear this? Is this alright? Now that was all quite detuned, so I wasn't exactly sure what the chords were there. We'll have to kind of play along, just do our best. wah wah. If I can. Oh! I've just realised there's no guitar. Hang on. Okay, right. This is because this. Oh, I don't know if this is actually working. Oh. Is this now working? Okay, alright, we're gonna have to, okay, we're gonna have to start again. I don't know how long that was going on for. So, I've just assumed that you can hear the guitar now. Right, we're starting again. And I did say that there's a hell of a lot of chords going on. I don't think I've figured out what's going on with this backing track yet. But we're going to try it again. Can you hear the guitar now? Okay, yes. The guitar is on. Right, let's do this again. And there's a particular part in this backing track where I can't really hear. It's like going, and it sounds like that. So I don't know the notes that are going on, but we'll have a listen on. Starting again. Good? Can we hear it? This is the bit I can't hear very clearly, and then it changes before I get a chance to hear it, but Still not sure what's going on there, but that's alright. Let's see how long we've got. I'm assuming that... Okay, oh, it's 9 minutes 24. So still got maybe a couple of minutes. I'm just assuming that you guys can hear this, but yeah. So the thing about this kind of sound is all this... screen because I know it's going to finish soon. Oh, it's actually got 20 seconds. And then even worse than that, not only was it saying that it was going to finish when it didn't finish, but then it finished when you didn't expect it to finish, because then it's just suddenly cut out. So there we go. That was the backing track. There were parts on that where...
With Monday.com, you can connect your workouts in one place.
Where's my mouse
Start by
gone?
creating a clear work.
I thought it'd frozen then, so we would have had to have heard another advert. But it hasn't frozen. We're still okay. So yeah, there are parts in that like the it was so detuned I couldn't really tell what was going on. So trying to follow it in those sections was a little bit difficult. But anyway, yeah, that was it for. And I think that was yeah, more of a kind of backing track practice kind of thing to practice your Phrygian scale or Phrygian dominant scale, as that was, I think, based around, but we have lots of other chords going on. So for the first section, all of that... See, when I try and think about it, it all goes wrong and I start playing the wrong notes. So, I mean, this is the point. So don't think about it when you're playing along to a sound. Just try and match what the sound is doing and you'll be fine. So, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. But I think this is for literally if you are going through... and you're going through your scales up and down to try and practice your scales with a backing track. So I think that was the point of it. So that's why I went on for quite long, but it's the same kind of thing, even though, yeah, it's quite heavy, so it's quite difficult to hear those lower notes. But that was it. So, yeah, thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up to get us to the Fil Jam, even though I was quite happily jamming away and nobody could hear anything. All you could hear, you would have been able to hear the backing track, I think, just not what I was doing. So in order to know what I was playing, you would have had to have been looking at my fingers and then figuring out what the notes were. So yeah, good luck with that. Anyway, yes, oh, we have had donations in the Super Chat window, so let me jump into that, close that, and I can see that something's happened in PayPal as well. So first of all, just to jump into this one, oh, it's taking a long time to load. Okay, right. Karen has donated £2.36. Thank you for that, Karen. The message is, hi, Phil. I know you like cookie cake. Fancy chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream? There's a non-dairy version from Ben & Jerry I'd share, but it would melt on its way to you. Cheers, Karen. So thank you for that, Karen. And that does sound good, but unfortunately here in the UK, we get very few flavours of anything. And this is something I said about the USA, that over there you have so many different flavours of everything, and here we hardly get any. So I haven't seen the chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream non-dairy thing from Ben & Jerry, unfortunately, but there is a chocolate fudge brownie, I think it is, that I have, which is very nice indeed. So anyway, thank you. Oh, I'm going to scroll up here because David donated $2. Thank you for that, David. And the message is, hi Phil, you a true musician and a great teacher. So thank you for that, David, for the kind words and the donation. And Lockmeister has donated $5 as well. So thank you for that. And the message is, hello Phil, my IQ always goes up at least 10 points when I listen to one of your videos. Unfortunately, it's only temporary. So thank you for that. And maybe just watch another video straight afterwards and then it'll stay at that level. I think probably it'll stay at that level afterwards. You know, as long as you learn something from the videos, then that is great, and that's what I aim to do, really. Just hopefully point out a few things about performances that people don't necessarily appreciate on watching them first time round, or many times. So thank you for this Vera as well, who has donated $20, and that doesn't have a message underneath it. So thank you for that. And Becky has donated $9.99 as well. Thank you for that, Becky. And this is the lemon person with the lemon as a head. And I can't see what they're doing. But it looks like they may be sweating or something. They've got some lemon marks going. So anyway, thank you for that, Becky. And thank you guys for all of the donations tonight. As I always say, you don't have to donate, but they are very much appreciated. Right, we're going to be back with another analysis video tomorrow night, so look out for that one. Taking into consideration that I'm assuming the computer's going to work for all of the analysis videos, but I'll let you guys know over on Patreon if there is a problem with that. If you guys want to get involved over on Patreon, let me just see if this is actually going to work. Going up on the page, or okay, there it is on the screen. So is it to the page, to the patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus page. That is the link if you need it, if you want to type that in, if you want to get involved over on Patreon, because that's where I keep everybody up to date. So if there's any problems with the videos, I'll let you guys know over there, but I am planning to do a video tomorrow night as always, and then hopefully going to be live streaming tomorrow. And Rose says hair, so I don't know what that is, but yes, my hair at the moment yeah, we didn't have a hair update today, but as you can see, this part here is trying to curl. What is it doing? It's curling that way, where it should be going that way, and then yeah, these ones just are totally avoiding my face altogether. These parts of my fringe. So there you go, there's the hair update, and there's a similar thing on this side. But anyway, there's the hair update. And yeah, I'm going to be here with an analysis video tomorrow, live streaming Tuesday night as always, 11 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. That's where I'll be if you guys are available. And we have another video on a Wednesday and a Friday. Yeah, as long as everything keeps on working. So thank you for tuning in tonight. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. As I always say, try to stay as safe and as sane as possible in this crazy world in which we live. And I'll catch you guys at the next one. Rock!